The air in the Target Center felt different in the early summer of 2025. Something was missing. The Minnesota Lynx, a franchise built on championships and dynasties, were struggling. They were a team searching for an identity. On the court, plays broke down, passes went astray. The offense looked stagnant, predictable, and worst of all, quiet. The roar of the crowd had softened to a murmur of concern. Fans watched, hoping for a spark, for a sign that the Lynx they knew and loved were still in there somewhere. But night after night, the results were the same. The team was playing hard, but they were not playing together. They lacked a leader to guide them through the tough moments. This was a team adrift in a sea of uncertainty. The pieces were there, on paper at least. Young talent eager to prove themselves, veteran players with experience, a legendary coach, Cheryl Reeve, pacing the sidelines, drawing up plays and demanding more. Yet the chemistry just wasn't clicking. The offense sputtered, often relying on one-on-one plays that led to contested shots and empty possessions. The ball movement was slow. The energy was low. It felt like they were waiting for something, or someone, to save them. The early season losses were piling up. The pressure was mounting on everyone. The absence of one player loomed over the entire organization. It was a void that couldn't be filled by a single trade or a new strategy. Nafisa Collier was not just a player, she was the team's heart. Her presence on the court was a constant source of energy, leadership, and elite skill. Without her, the Lynx were a ship without a rudder. Then, the news broke. It started as a whisper, then grew into a roar of excitement that echoed from the Twin Cities to basketball fans across the country. Nafisa Collier was coming back. This wasn't just any player returning from the injured list. This was a comeback story in the making. After a grueling rehabilitation from a significant injury that had sidelined her for months, Collier was cleared to play. The announcement sent a jolt of electricity through the franchise and its fan base. The long wait was finally over. The team's anchor was returning to calm the stormy seas. It was a moment that felt bigger than basketball. Collier's journey back to the court was a testament to her incredible work ethic and determination. It was a journey filled with early mornings in the gym, painful physical therapy sessions, and the mental challenge of watching her team struggle from the sidelines. She refused to be defined by her setback. Instead, she used it as fuel. Her return was not just about getting back to playing, it was about getting back to being the dominant force she was known to be. She was not coming back to just participate. She was coming back to lead. Her return was a symbol of resilience. All eyes were on Nafisa Collier, the returning hero, ready to reclaim her court and reignite her team's fire. The anticipation leading up to her first game back was immense. Fans lined up early, wearing their number 24 jerseys with pride. The media descended, eager to witness the return of one of the league's brightest stars. Everyone knew this was more than just one game in a long season. It was the start of a new chapter for the 2025 Minnesota Lynx. It was the moment the tide was expected to turn. All eyes were on Nafisa Collier. Before her injury, Nafisa Collier wasn't just a star, she was a supernova. Former Rookie of the Year who seamlessly transitioned into an MVP candidate. Her game was a beautiful mix of power, grace, and intelligence. She could score from anywhere on the floor and find teammates when defenses collapsed. In the post, she had moves that left defenders guessing. From the perimeter, she could knock down the three with ease. She handled like a guard and rebounded like a center. There was simply no weakness in her offensive game. She was a matchup nightmare and a two-way force, defending at elite levels while still producing offensively. She read plays, blocked shots, and came up with crucial steals. This is what made her an MVP. She didn't just fill up the stat sheet, she changed the geometry of the court. Coaches designed game plans to slow her. The awards tell part of the story. All WNBA selections, All-Star appearances, Olympic gold. But it was her leadership that set her apart. She was the calm in the storm, the player who never got rattled. When the game was on the line, the ball was in her hands. Her teammates trusted her implicitly. She led by example with a quiet confidence and a relentless competitive fire. She made everyone around her better. She was the engine that made the Lynx go, and her absence left a hole that was impossible to fill. Remembering the player she was made her return all the more significant. The question on everyone's mind was, could she be that player again? To truly understand Collier's impact, you have to look at the grim reality of the Lynx offense before she returned. The numbers were not pretty. Possession by possession, they were one of the least effective teams in the league. Offensive rating, field goal percentage, three-point percentage. The team was languishing near the bottom of the league in several key offensive categories. Possession by possession, opposing defenses dominated. The ball would often stick in one player's hands, leading to forced shots as the shot clock wound down. The fluid, motion-based offense the Lynx were known for was gone. Shooting percentages told an even sadder story. Poor shot selection and a lack of easy scoring opportunities. Their three-point shooting was even worse. Without Collier's ability to stretch the floor and draw defenders, open looks from beyond the arc were few and far between. Opponents could pack the paint and dare the Lynx to beat them from outside. More often than not, the Lynx couldn't answer the call. The scoreboard reflected their struggles. The players' confidence was visibly shaken. You could see hesitation in their decisions. Passes were a fraction of a second late. The joy seemed drained. It was a team playing not to lose, rather than to win. Coach Cheryl Reeve tried everything, changing lineups, tweaking sets, delivering fiery speeches. But without her queen on the chessboard, she was playing at a significant disadvantage. The offense was a collection of parts refusing to mesh. The result was chaotic and painful to watch. The night of her return was electric. The Target Center was sold out, buzzing with a playoff-like atmosphere, when the announcer's voice boomed, "Starting at forward number 24, Nafisa Collier." The crowd erupted in a deafening roar, a moment of pure catharsis for a fan base that had been waiting for this day for so long. Collier ran out onto the court with a smile, soaking in the support. From the very first possession, the old Fee was back. She didn't ease in. She attacked the game. On the Lynx's second offensive set, she got the ball at the elbow, faced up with a quick crossover, drove to the basket for an easy layup. The crowd went wild. It was a simple play, but a powerful statement. She was not just back, she was ready to dominate. Throughout the first half, she showcased her entire arsenal, a mid-range, a three, and finding teammates for easy looks. The offense, which had looked so lost, suddenly had a direction. Her final stat line was remarkable. 27 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists and 2 blocks. The numbers were impressive, but they didn't tell the whole story. It was the timeliness of her plays that made the difference. Every time the opposing team tried to make a run, Collier answered. She was the stabilizing force the Lynx had been missing. Her presence instilled calm and confidence. They knew they could weather any storm with her on the floor. The game ended with a comfortable Lynx victory, their most convincing win of the season. As the buzzer sounded, Collier was mobbed by her teammates. The smiles and hugs were genuine.
"It just felt so good to be back out there with my team," she said. "I missed this more than anything."
The immediate change in the Lynx's offense was staggering. It was as if someone had flipped a switch. The Collier effect was real and spectacular. Her versatility was the key that unlocked everything. She's a threat from anywhere on the court. That immediately created space for everyone else. Defenders could no longer pack the paint. They had to respect her outside shot, which pulled rim protectors away from the basket. Driving lanes opened for the guards. More room appeared for post players. The once clogged offense was suddenly wide open. Her basketball IQ is off the charts. It had a contagious effect on the team. She sees plays before they happen and positions herself to make them happen. Her passing matched her scoring impact. Opponents sent a second defender, and she calmly found the open player with a perfect pass. The ball moved. Quick passes created a domino effect leading to easy, high-percentage shots. It wasn't just spacing or passing, it was her energy. Collier plays with a relentless motor. That inspires teammates to match her intensity. Suddenly everyone dove for loose balls. Everyone made the extra pass. That led to easy finishes and a spike in assists. This new-look offense was a nightmare for coaches. How do you defend a player who can do it all? Double-team her and she finds the open player. Play her one-on-one and she scores. Her return didn't just add a player, it changed the team's identity. They went from slow and predictable to dynamic and high-scoring. The impact of Collier's return was felt most deeply inside the Lynx locker room. Her teammates, who had struggled to find their footing without her, were effusive in their praise.
"It's like night and day."
Fee just brings a confidence to our group. When she's on the floor, everyone plays a little freer. You know you have that safety net, that MVP who can make a play when you need it most. She doesn't have to say anything. Her presence alone just changes the entire dynamic of the game for us. We're a different team with her. I feel like I can breathe again out there, one rookie admitted. They could return to their natural roles, playing off the attention Collier commands.
"Fee draws so much attention that I'm getting wide-open looks I wasn't getting before."
Coach Cheryl Reeve couldn't hide her relief and admiration. "Nafisa is a generational talent," Reeve stated. "It's her leadership that elevates this team. She holds everyone accountable, starting with herself. The communication and execution go to another level when she's out there. She just changes everything. She is our leader. The emotional lift was just as significant as the tactical one. It was now filled with laughter, with music. The joy was back. Her comeback was a rallying point for the entire team. The numbers tell the story of the Lynx's offensive resurrection in stark, undeniable terms. Before Collier's return, the team averaged 76.5 points per game. In the 10 games since she returned, that number skyrocketed to 92.1, a jump of more than 15 points per game. A staggering improvement that vaulted them from the bottom of the league to the top in scoring. The offense became the most potent and feared in the WNBA. Their offensive rating jumped from 95.2, second worst, to 114.5, the best in the league. They weren't just playing faster, they were scoring far more effectively on each possession. Field goal percentage climbed from 40.1 to 48.7%. The reason was simple: better shots, more layups, more open threes, a more balanced and efficient attack. Collier's gravity opened the floor, leading to better looks for teammates. Perhaps the most telling stat, their assist-to-turnover ratio improved markedly. Turnovers plummeted while assists climbed. The ball no longer stuck. The ball moved from side to side, finding the open player and creating easy scoring opportunities. The offense became a beautiful symphony of ball movement with Collier as the conductor, and it showed in wins. They were 3-9 before Collier put on her uniform. Since her return, they've gone 8-2, catapulting back into the playoff race. The turnaround has been swift, dramatic, and undeniable. One player has completely altered the trajectory of this franchise's season. The impact of Napheesa Collier's return extends far beyond the box score and the win column. For the city of Minneapolis and the loyal Lynx fanbase, she has become a powerful symbol of hope and resilience. Her comeback story resonated far beyond sports, a reminder of the power of the human spirit. Fans who had grown disheartened now pack the Target Center with renewed energy and optimism, kids wearing her jersey, families smiling. The roar is back. The belief is back. She didn't just bring back wins, she brought back the joy of being a Lynx fan. For her teammates, she's the living embodiment of leadership. They see the work she put in, and it inspires them to push harder. She makes every player better, not just through play, but through example. She is the type of superstar who elevates everyone, making the whole greater than the sum of its parts. Her journey is now firmly in the MVP conversation. But it's an MVP narrative unlike any other. It's not just the stats or the wins, it's the comeback itself. Her return has been more than a comeback, it has been a rebirth for the entire Minnesota Lynx franchise. She is the heart of the team, the engine of the offense, and a true beacon of hope. As the Lynx head into the second half of the season, the sky is the limit. What once looked like a lost season is now filled with promise and potential. The best is yet to come.